YouTube, Genius in Exile here. Today I'm making blueberry jam. Went out to the pick your own field and got 21 pounds, and I'm going to make a couple batches of blueberry jam. So the recipe is 4 cups of blueberries, 4 cups of sugar, 1 package of pectin, and 2 tablespoons of lime juice. It says lemon on there, but I like lime juice better. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of crushing these berries. It's a nice big wide pot, so it makes it a lot easier to crush them. I'm not going to completely pulverize them because I do like it a little chunky. But as you can see, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put in the lime juice. This is when I put this on the fire. I'm going to put the pectin in first. So the lime juice actually kind of helps me squish up these berries a bit more. And the process is crush the berries 1 layer at a time, it says, but I can do these pretty easily. Add in your lime or lemon juice, then add in the pectin, bring that to a rolling boil for 60 seconds, and then add in your 4 cups of sugar, which you should have ready to go all at once, because you dump it in all at once. You don't want to have to put in 1 cup at a time and measure it as you go, because this goes pretty fast. And when this starts to boil, it boils very hot and it will pop everywhere, and you really want to make sure you keep stirring. You want to keep stirring the whole time. And once you get that to a rolling boil for 60 seconds, which is a boil you can't stir down, then you put them into your jars. I already have my jars hot, ready to go. They're sanitizing in the oven and have been for about 15 minutes now. So anything longer than that is just extra. I've got it in the oven on a clean rack at 200 degrees. So let me get this on the stove, add the pectin in, be right back. Okay, and anytime you can, it's always good to have your stuff all ready to go. I've got some cooling racks here to put the jars on. I found that actually works pretty easily, and it's a bit less of a mess. I've got everything sanitized and ready to go, all my ingredients together. That's always a good rule whenever you're canning, is to have everything ready to go, scrubbed, sanitized, and ready. So you have to be very clean. This is a boiling water bath process, so it doesn't get as hot as pressure canning, so you must make sure you're very, very germ-free. Another thing I've done, oops, let's move this one, I'm not using it. So I have a bowl here, so anytime I have to put the funnel down, sorry, had a memory lapse there for a sec, I can actually put it in the bowl, that way it doesn't make a huge mess. This is going to be messy anyway, but you do what you can. Alrighty, so let me get the heat on and get the pectin in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, adding the pectin in. Alright, let's get this stirred in. This is going to be nice and thick and chunky. Doesn't look like 4 cups, but it is. Of course, this will double because it's half sugar, half blueberries. This is going to be a sweet recipe. I use another one where it has 5 cups of berries and 4 cups of sugar for, like a little bit less sweet, but this one I want it to be pretty sweet. And I'm using the recipe on the pectin box. Got my lids sanitizing on low, so I'll be back when this has come to a rolling boil. I just want to show you all the color of this as it develops. That is absolutely incredible. It's like this beautiful magenta color, this dark purple. It's not quite to a boil yet, but a lot of the juices have started to develop and grab the colors from the skins. And this is just so pretty. And it stains like crazy, so be sure to wear an apron. This is going to pop. So my nice clean stove, it's going to be purple speckled here in a minute. So I'm still stirring. Stir till you feel like your arm's going to fall off, and then you're almost done. So I'm just letting this come to a boil. I just want to show you all the color before it went too crazy. Be right back. Whoa. So this is boiling and popping like crazy. Actually, some got into my sugar and on my fridge and my cabinets and me and the stove. So hopefully it won't get into the lid water. But I'm going to keep it moving And it's just about to a boil, so I'm going to show you the transition. Adding in all the sugar all at once, that's definitely why you want to have it all measured out and ready to go. I cannot imagine dealing with this boiling and bubbling and spurting everywhere and having to measure out sugar. There we go. Look at this color now. That is beautiful. Now this is the part you're going to have to be really careful on, because now it's half sugar and sugar gets really, really, really hot. Be sure you get the corners of your pan, the tip of your spoon. I found some sugar in there. I'm going to get this to a rolling boil for 60 seconds. Okay, so we're about 30 seconds into a rolling boil. I've got to make sure I stir it fast enough to where it doesn't splatter out, but not too fast where I splash it out. Okay, we're just about done. My arm's going to fall off, and there. Keep stirring even though you've turned off the heat, because that sugar is still conducting a lot of heat. Whew. And we'll let this rest for a couple minutes and scrape off the foam that I've generated from stirring it up. Then we'll get into the jars. Okay, it's been a few minutes, and actually after I let it sit, the foam went away, so that's good. I didn't actually want to scrape a whole lot off. We'll still eat it, but just not great to go into the jars. So here we go. Look how pretty that is. Oops, dripping on the counter. I'm going to leave about ½ inch head space, and these are pint jars. So I'm going to process these for 15 minutes. There we go. Teeny tiny bit more, just a hair, and there. That's why I have this bowl handy. And looks like I was a little short on headspace. That headspace is really important, y'all. Okay. Then I'm going to fill up the rest of these jars. I don't know how much I'm going to do. It's probably going to fill up maybe 3 more pint jars. I'm going to wipe off the rims and get my heated lids and rings on, and I'll be right back when I've got them all filled up. Alright, so this only filled up 3 pints. So 4 cups of berries and 4 cups of sugar, 3 pints. Still always amazes me how much food you can pack into these jars, especially the quarts. You know, I got them a little close together, but I had to fit a bunch of them on a pan to go in the oven. Once I get these filled up, or I'm sorry, with the lids and rings on, I'm going to finger tighten them a little bit more. I'm actually just getting them on here right now. And I'll put them in the water. Okay, get into the water. Got to make sure the water covers the tops of the jars by 1 inch. And I'll be back in 15 minutes when I take them out. Okay, they're done. When I take the jars out of the water, I kind of like to tip them a little bit to get the water off the top. Next to me, I'm brewing up some apple blueberry syrup. Letting that reduce nicely. Look at that color. Well, I made 1 more batch of jam. And I have 6 jars of the most beautiful purple jam. Can you see that? Pretty, huh? So there you go. Blueberry jam. Good stuff. Easy to make. And really, really good. Show y'all the color to this. It is the most fantastic fuchsia. It actually looks pure red on here, but oh my gosh. Hey, the sound of success. My first jar popped. Just wanted to show you guys.